So snakes like having sex in the rain. Today's video, guys, I'm going to get into the proper temperature and how the weather can affect the breeding habits of your ball pythons. What's going on, everybody? So I know today's video is a little bit later than I normally post. It's probably like, I think it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon already. Normally I like to post in the morning, but if you follow my channel, follow me on Instagram, or you talk to me frequently, you know what I do for a living, and then sometimes it's the nature of the beast, you get stuck. So I'm still trying to stick to my daily regimen of getting some content out to you guys every day without the content being absolute crap. So following yesterday's video, I'm going to get into another breeding tip. If you're new to the channel, listen, we're under a month old, we're growing. I greatly appreciate you guys coming by. I'm Baker. Follow me, subscribe, like, comment, share, etc. I appreciate it. If you have Instagram, blue_line_morphs. Follow me on there, DM me on there. I'm always going to answer. I'm always going to hit you guys back. If I don't hit you back right away, send me another message. It's not annoying. Just let it rock. Around my neck, I got my banana pied male. You guys haven't seen him a lot because he's been breeding. He's been locked up with everything I have. So today's video, it's exactly what I said. I'm going to get into the correlation between weather and the breeding season, lowering temperature in the breeding season, and why putting your males in the tubs right before a storm or during a snowstorm or a rainstorm seems to increase your odds of locking. So first and foremost, everyone that kind of has reptiles will tell you that when a storm's rolling in, they kind of act to it. What I mean is they seem a little off, or they seem to be more active in the tubs or their enclosures. So I have noticed this. Now, taking the human element out, right? The human element of you're going to see something no matter what. If you're looking for it, like the movie Beautiful Mind or the movie like 23, if you're looking for it, your mind's inventive enough where it's going to figure it out, and you're going to make yourself see it. So some people say, oh, there's no correlation between weather and temperature. It's in your head. Bullshit. I don't think that's true. Because I'll tell you right now. Now, they're nocturnal animals, right? We know ball pythons are nocturnal for the most part, and so they're more active at night. But I notice when it's either raining or there's a rainstorm coming in that they tend to be a little more active than usual. They tend to move around a lot more in the tubs, especially this guy. He's always like searching for a mate. He's always trying to hook up. Now, the reason why I know this is I do keep my snakes on unprinted newspaper, so more or less I can hear the crinkling in the tubs, right? At night I hear a little more, but especially when there's a rainstorm, especially when I know there's a storm coming in, they seem to be moving around. I hear the crinkling. They're like circling the tubs, okay? Now, I had spoken about, I have a big time cheat sheet today, guys, just because, listen, I was at work, I was waiting for the ADA to call me, and I was writing down some notes. So if I'm looking down a lot, I'm out of it. I've been up, I haven't slept. I'm still trying to get this daily content out to you guys without, being complete shit video, but whatever. So, I had made a video in the past. I spoke about how my buddy Saul's Balls, look him up on Instagram and YouTube, how he lowers the temperatures for breeding season, for ball python breeding season. So around September 1st, he'll lower his daytime temperature about 88 degrees, which is probably about 5 or 6 degrees less than what your normal basking spot is. And then at nighttime, he lowers his temperature even more to 85 degrees, which again is even less. He keeps that from September until around March, which is around now. Then he raises the daytime temperatures back up to around 91, 92, 93 degrees, and the nighttime temperatures to around 88 degrees. So, and he does that around March, and he keeps that until ovulation, until, they lay eggs. So, people believe that, essentially, listen, they're African snakes, right? We all know they're from Africa. We covered this, West and Central Africa. Their natural breeding season is around that time, and the temperatures do drop in that natural breeding season. But they also correlate with their wet season. So, more or less, you're tricking the snake into believing it's breeding season because where they're from, the temperatures do drop slightly during that time period, during that season. So that's what you're trying to simulate. You're trying to kickstart these snakes into gear, right? So now, but here's what I found the connection to the weather to be. And I've thought about several aspects of why they seem to be more active when the rainstorm's coming in. And I've done a lot of not a lot of research. I've watched videos and I've read some articles. I'm trying to put all the information together in one little bit for you. But more or less, it's something called a barometric pressure in the atmosphere. So more or less what this is like the natural pressure of the air system or the thickness of the air system that you're living in, right? We don't really pay much attention to it. Some people will say that when you have old football injuries, lacrosse, hockey injuries, whatever case may be, you have arthritis or you have surgeries in the past that you can kind of feel the storm rolling in, right? You hear like your grandma saying, oh, my bones are starting to hurt because the storm's coming in. That's that barometric, I'm probably saying it wrong, somebody correct me, pressure rolling in. So the snakes react to that, okay? They can feel it rolling in. Essentially, the storm starts coming. It kind of pushes that thicker air out, and thinner air is now around. And this kickstarts them into gear to start moving around. So now, why does that have anything to do with their breeding cycle? Why does that have anything to do with them locking more in your tubs? Because it's raining outside, right? So there's a few reasons why I believe this to be. Now, I don't want to say this is an opinion. This is an educated guess. Okay, this is my read a lot of shit, trying to put together some things and say why I think this happens. Ultimately, guys, if you don't want to watch this video, if it starts raining, a rainstorm's coming in, put your males in the tub. It works. I've never had this guy, well, he's a savage to begin with, but I've never had him not locked during a rainstorm. So there's several reasons why they seem to be more active in the rain. So I'm going to get into a couple of reasons now. So we know that they're ground-dwelling snakes, right? We know they live in like the anthills and they go in like, the rodent burrows, they eat the rodent, and they hang out in there. So let's be honest. If a storm's coming, you going to want to be in a hole in the ground? No. Okay? They're not fish. They're going to drown. So that could be one reason why they seem to be more active when a storm is rolling in. It's safety reasons. They're trying to get to higher ground. They're trying to move around. Also, it seems to correlate with the breeding because if they're out moving around more, okay, so let's backtrack. If it's monsoon season, right, their monsoon season, their wet season correlates with our breeding season, your September through your March and on season. So if that's the case and rain's coming, if you're a male and you know that this rain is going to kick up some females, if you will, aren't you going to go out and now start looking for them? All right, so that's what I believe is happening, is that their natural safety, the rain's coming, they want to get the higher ground, they want to get the better shelter, they want to get out of these anthills, they want to get out of these burrows. So their natural safety mechanism kicks in, they want to get out so they don't drown. But now the male's like, oh shit, it's going to rain. Obviously they want their safety, but also they're looking for females now. So the other reason why this kind of correlates with weather is a numbers chance, right? Like I just discussed. But also it's a safety thing. So yes, they may drown, but also if you're a male snake, female snake, and you're locking up, and you're locked at the tails, and it could be a day or two, whatever the case may be, are you going to want to do that out in the open on a sunny day when shit's running around? Absolutely not. So there is a correlation, I believe, to the weather and the safetiness of being locked. Okay, you're gonna lock up with another snake, and if it's raining out, chances are you're kind of be left alone. Now, as far as breeding, it seems to coincide with the weather because if their natural breeding season is your March through your September breeding season, keep saying it, if that's when it happens, and then in Africa, that's also your wet season, your monsoon season, it's another reason. Weather essentially is simulating that's breeding time for them, okay? The weather starts kicking in, it's raining out, and because where they're from in Africa, even though they're captive bred snakes, it's still instinctual. They're used to being raining during their breeding season, so when a storm comes in for us, to them, it's like, oh, it's time to get freaky, it's time to get busy. So, in conclusion, guys, long story short, monsoon season, it rains a lot. That correlates with our breeding season. Dropping the temperatures. Oh, here's the other thing. When a storm rolls in, now you drop your temperatures in your tub, correct? Now, when you drop your temperatures in your tub, you're simulating that it's breeding season. But also, when a storm rolls in and this pressure drops, it gets colder out. It's just that simple. When a storm's coming in, you guys ever notice it'll be 90 degrees, all of a sudden a storm's rolling in? Yeah, the clouds are coming, but the temperature kind of drops by 20 degrees. So that's the other reason why we lower temperatures, is to simulate the breeding season, and the rain kind of correlates with the fact that their breeding season is during like their rain season in Africa. So in my experience, like I said before, it works. Anytime it's about to rain, guys, you're about to get shitty weather, take your males and throw them in the tubs. Now, a lot of people be like, oh, only during breeding season. No, I don't believe so. Listen, some people say that breeding season, these months, September through March, and they ovulate and you keep it going into the fall, into the spring. Let them lock whenever. If they're going to lock, they're going to lock, right? She's going to decide. Right? She can store sperm for how long? So, long story short, if it's raining out, about to start raining out, put your males in the tubs. There seems to be a correlation between the breeding season temperatures and the pressure system that they feel when the storm is rolling in. I hope I explained this decently. Comment in the comment section. Again, I'm half sleeping here, guys. I apologize. That's it. If it's raining out, the males want to have sex. They want to have sex in the rain. Put them in the tubs. You know what me tell you. Until next time, guys, be safe. Always remember, watch the 6.